Now, currently, COVID is a compelling theme in all conversations. Questions abound about flattening of the COVID curve, arrival of the elusive vaccine, protection of lives and livelihood, and the shape of the economic recovery. These questions haunt us daily and day in and day out. There are no credible answers as yet. The only thing that is certain for now is that we must fight on relentlessly against this invisible enemy and eventually win. Today, I thought I should move away from this preoccupation with the uncertain present and reflect on some dynamic shifts that are underway in the Indian economy. In my address today, therefore, I propose to touch upon five such five such major dynamic shifts which are underway in the Indian economy. First, fortunes the fortunes shifting in the favor of the farm sector in our economy. Second, changing energy mix in favor of renewables. Third, leveraging information and communication technology, that is ICT, and startups to power growth. Fourth, shifts in supply and value chains, both domestic and global. And fifth, infrastructure as the force multiplier for growth. Indian agriculture has witnessed a distinct transformation. Last year the country recorded there was a record production of food grains, record production of cereals, and there was a huge jump in the horticulture production also. Not only that, India has also now emerged as one of the leading producers of milk, cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, cotton, sugarcane, fish, poultry, and livestock. We need to move now to policy strategies that ensure a sustained increase in farmers' income alongside reasonable food prices for consumers. An efficient domestic supply chain becomes very critical here. Accordingly, the focus must now turn to capitalizing on the major reforms that are underway to facilitate domestic free trade in agriculture. The second aspect I wanted to highlight is the changing pattern of energy production in favor of renewables. Now, a similar opportunity space now exists in the energy sector also for industry and business, and this is especially in the area of renewables. The share of renewable energy in overall installed capacity has doubled to 23.4% at the end of March 2020 from 11.8% at the end of March 2015. A major factor driving this shift in energy mix has been the steep fall in generation cost of renewable energy. As a result, renewable power generation technologies have become least cost option for new capacity creation in almost all parts of the world. The weighted average cost of addition to renewable capacity in India was one of the lowest in the world in 2019. The third area which I want to highlight today is leveraging information and communication technology, ICT, and startups to power growth. ICT has been an engine of India's economic progress for more than 2 decades now. Last year, ICT industry accounted for about 8% of country's GDP and was the largest private sector job creator across both urban and rural areas. In 2019, in 1920, software exports at $93 billion contributed 44% of India's total services exports and financed 51% of India's merchandise trade deficit in the last 5 years. These headline numbers, however, understate the contribution of the sector to the economy. IT has revolutionized work processes across sectors and has generated productivity gains all around. The ICT revolution has placed India on the global map as a competent, reliable, and low-cost supplier of knowledge-based solutions. Indian IT firms are now at the forefront in developing applications using artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, and blockchain technology. This has also helped to strengthen India's position as an innovation hub, with several startups attaining unicorn status India has added 7 new unicorns in 2019, taking the total count to 24, the third largest in the world. Even before COVID-19, a global technological churn was underway with low spending by firms on legacy hardware and software systems. But with rapid advances in digital technologies and computing and analytical capabilities. Fierce competition from other developing economies with the potential to provide cost-effective IT services is rapidly emerging as a challenge to India's position as a leading outsourcing hub of the world. Globally, regulatory uncertainty relating to work permits and immigration policies may also amplify the challenges. The fourth point I wanted to highlight is with regard to shifts in supply and value chains, both domestic and global. In a competitive market economy, an efficient supply chain can enhance economic welfare. Investment in sectors with strong forward and backward linkages in the supply chain can generate higher production, income, and employment. Consequently, identification of such sectors becomes very critical for strategic policy interventions. Stronger intersectoral dependence can help enhance efficiency of the domestic value chains. Strengthening the position of a country in the global value chain, GVC, can help maximize the benefits of openness. GVC, that is global value chain, encompasses the full range of activities starting from conception stage of a product to its designing, production, marketing, distribution, and post-sale support services performed by multiple number of firms. The higher the GVC participation of a country, the greater are the gains from trade, as it allows participating countries to benefit from the comparative advantage of other participating countries in the GVC. Global shifts in GVC in response to COVID-19 and other developments will create opportunities for India. Besides focusing on diversifying sources of imports, it may also be necessary to focus on greater strategic trade integration, including in the form of early completion of bilateral free trade agreements with the US, EU, and the UK. Now I go to the last point which I wanted to highlight, and that's very dear to CII. Physical infrastructure in the country in recent years needs to be viewed as no less than a dynamic shift. Road construction, the primary mode of transportation in India, has increased from 17 kilometers per day in 2015-16 to about 29 kilometers per day in the last 2 years. India is the third largest domestic market for civil aviation in the world with 142 airports. And with regard to airport connectivity, India ranked fourth among 141 countries in the Global Competitiveness Report 2019 of the World Economic Forum. According to estimates of Niti Aayog, the country would need around US dollar 4.5 trillion for investment, 5 trillion for investment in infrastructure by 2030. On financing options for infrastructure, we are just recovering from consequences of excessive exposure of banks to infrastructure projects. Non-performing assets, NPAs relating to infrastructure lending by banks has remained at elevated levels. There is clearly a need for diversifying the financing options. The setting up of the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund, NIIF, in 2015 is a major strategic policy response in this direction. Promotion of the corporate bond market, securitization to enhance market-based solutions to the problem of stressed assets, and appropriate pricing and collection of user charges should continue to receive a priority of policy attention. As in the case of the Golden Quadrilateral, a big push to certain targeted mega infrastructure projects can reignite the economy.